电培养也可以不通电，尤其适合家庭小面积种植。你一个木棍一缕铜线就可以制成电培养需要的铜天线，当然也可以做成更加复杂的形状。这位爱好者用了4根儿天线，中间还相连。其实它还可以做得更加复杂，就是上面再用铜丝搭一个金字塔，这样能得到额外的能量。正如一些打坐冥想的人置身自己制作的金字塔下，以获得更好的效果。下面是一些网友电培养的应用。
So a lot of people have been asking me about before and afters of electroculture. Does it work? Is it placebo? Is the copper doing anything? This is a before and after video showing the difference of Elisa's garden on TikTok. Her handle is gardening521 and you can look her up. But this is her garden before electroculture in 2020. She was just using compost and fertilizer, which is the traditional way, and it looks like she was yielding a ton of food in her backyard. We can all have abundance. That's the magic of just growing our own food. We don't have to be dependent on the toxic chemicals in which they try to supply us with. So let's look at the after. So this is the after of electroculture, implementing copper and wood antennas in the garden to amplify the Earth's energy, the magnetism, and the life force of the sap, the plant's blood. What's happening is she's increasing the magnetism and the Earth's energy in that area, creating a vortex so that the plants can grow larger, get bigger, and also receive more nutrients, right? When the plant is at its most optimal level, it will grow and just keep growing. We could probably grow plants almost 50 feet high, but the pesticide companies load their pesticides with tons of iron, which diminishes the life force of our planet and our foods so that we are dependent on the grocery store. If you want to learn more about electroculture, you could check out our blogs, Electroculture for Beginners, at cultivateelevate.com, but also check out Elisa's TikTok at gardening521. So today we're talking about electroculture again with part 2 with Gardening521, which is Elisa's garden. Her video went wild the other day, and here's her antennas, and here's her garden, and here's the abundance in which we can all have. Her backyard is like a jungle of just food, and she's in Washington State. Look at this. It's beautiful. This is what we all can have. And that's the magic. We do not need pesticides. We do not need chemicals. We do not need Monsanto. We do not need Agent Orange or DDT is good for me or any of these toxin things placed into our soil. We just need to preserve the life force, the energy, the magnetism, the chi, the prana, the beautiful essence of life and our planet. And that's where electroculture can come in to help reestablish that. You're using copper, which is great for the soil, great for the plants, and helps yield more food. When you place iron into the soil, you're diminishing the magnetism, the life force, the energy, all of that. Look at the average pesticide. It contains almost 4 different types of iron. Look at the average tool in Home Depot and Lowe's. It contains iron. Why are they putting iron in everything? Because iron is diminishing our soil and diminishing our planet. That's what it comes down to. And if we start going back to using copper like Justin Christo Flo, like Victor Schauberger, like George Lakhovsky, you can look all these people up. They researched all of this stuff. They healed plants with copper. If we start going back to that, we can all have an abundance and there will be no food shortages on this planet.